but it's going to give them a little breathing room. Will it?
Well, interesting monologue there, Sean. And, I'm an animal science major. I'm not an economist, but I know one thing, and that is that the price of energy has a direct impact on inflation. So, because when you think about it, you know that everything that you use, energy is associated with the cost of it, whether it's the transportation of it, whether it's the building blocks that are in the things that you use out there in everyday life. Almost everything has a fossil fuel basis to it. So when he came into office and he shut down the XL pipeline, when he started making it tough, if not impossible, to get a federal lease to be drilling offshore, all of those sent the clear message to the oil and gas industry, hey, we hate you. We're going to do everything we can to put you out of business. I mean, this is political theater at its highest. The American people are smarter than this. They may not all have gone to a East Coast college and got an economics degree, but they know that what is driving the cost of their everyday life, energy is at the basis of it. So this president, he can put up as many graphs as he wants. He can lie to the American people as long as he wants to. But the American people know that what is happening in their everyday life, the cost of their gasoline, their cost of living that they're seeing going through the roof, Joe Biden and his administration is the cause of it. They know that. And in November, they're going to have the opportunity to send a clear message of, hey, Mr. Biden, you told us you were going to be different, that you were going to bring the country together, that you were going to do all of these positive things. And all we've seen you do is get woke. And we're going to do our best to put you and the Democrat Party asleep.
You know, the funny thing is, I'm with you. I didn't do well in economics, but I do know enough to realize that if you stop telling people they can't drill in America, what we were doing and what we were doing well, that's going to have a bigger effect. And I know you folks down in Texas know that better than anybody else. I want to play for you what he said yesterday about these gas prices. Take a listen.
And Republicans falsely claim that I'm blocking production on federal lands. But again, that's nonsense. Industry has more approved permits for production on federal lands than they can possibly use.
So, Mr. Secretary, you live in the heart of where people know how to drill and know how to do it well. The industry says they're not getting the tools they need. So tell me, what's the truth here?
Well, the permitting process, whether it's in the oil and gas industry or whether it's with nuclear power, I think if you don't have a fossil fuel industry and a nuclear industry that are vibrant, that are the very foundation of your energy, then you're going to have some challenges. The wind doesn't always blow, the sun doesn't always shine. Renewables are fine, but they're not the answer to be all. You've got to have all of the above energy policy. And what Americans know, and particularly what the oil and gas industry knows, Sean, is that the permitting process is upside down. Whether it's the DOE or whether it's the Department of Interior on the federal lands, that to get a permit and then to be able to transport that product, it's not just about how many permits are out there. Joe Biden is showing either his ignorance or his disdain for the intelligence of the American people to be out there talking about, oh gosh, there's all these permits and we don't understand why the oil and gas industry is not just out there pumping it out every day. Well, they're working as hard as they can, facing the hurdles that they face from this administration. Look, when we were in office, President Trump sent the message, we want to be energy dominant, and we were. And for every regulation that went into place, 2 had to be removed. The business community, whether it was big oil and gas or whether it was a small mom and pop business out there, they knew that Donald Trump and his administration was all about working with them, to be a partner with them, so to speak, to make sure that you didn't have over-regulation, over-taxation, and that's what you're seeing out of this administration. Listen, there's 4 things you got to do to govern. Don't overtax, don't over-litigate, don't over-regulate, and have a skilled workforce, which basically means you got accountable public schools. You put those 4 things into place and then get out of the way, and the private sector in America will go make things happen. And this administration is sending clear messages every day. Not only are we going to just keep spending like crazy, we're going to tax you, we're going to regulate you, and they tap on the brake. Of course they do. They're not going to go out and spend money, risk capital, when they know that the government is going to do everything that it can to throttle them.
You know, the irony of this is that when you were governor, you wrote the playbook. You brought jobs to Texas. Texas was thriving. People and companies were moving to Texas. Trump was president. You had an energy boom. We were energy independent. And yet everybody on the Democratic side seems to do the opposite and then wonder why they get the opposite result. Mr. Secretary, I appreciate your insight, and thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome, Sean. God bless you. Take care of yourself.